Be yourself, everyone else is already taken. Always forgive your enemies, nothing annoys them so much. I am so clever that sometimes I don't understand a single word of what I am saying. To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist, that is all. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. If one cannot enjoy reading a book over and over again, there is no use in reading it at all. It is what you read when you don't have to that determines what you will be when you can't help it. The books that the world calls immoral are books that show the world its own shame. Yes, I am a dreamer. For a dreamer is one who can only find his way by moonlight, and his punishment is that he sees the dawn before the rest of the world. Most people are other people. Their thoughts are someone else's opinions, their lives a mimicry, their passions a quotation. A good friend will always stab you in the front. I don't want to go to heaven. None of my friends are there. You will always be fond of me. I represent to you all the sins you never had the courage to commit. You don't love someone for their looks, or their clothes, or for their fancy car, but because they sing a song only you can hear. Man is least himself when he talks in his own person. Give him a mask, and he will tell you the truth. I think God, in creating man, somewhat overestimated his ability. I never travel without my diary. One should always have something sensational to read in the train. With freedom, books, flowers, and the moon, who could not be happy? Education is an admirable thing, but it is well to remember from time to time that nothing that is worth knowing can be taught. A cynic is a man who knows the price of everything, and the value of nothing. I don't want to be at the mercy of my emotions. I want to use them, to enjoy them, and to dominate them. All women become like their mothers. That is their tragedy. No man does, and that is his. It is absurd to divide people into good and bad. People are either charming or tedious. The only way to get rid of temptation is to yield to it. Crying is for plain women. Pretty women go shopping. Nowadays people know the price of everything and the value of nothing. There is only one thing in the world worse than being talked about, and that is not being talked about. Selfishness is not living as one wishes to live, it is asking others to live as one wishes to live. Fashion is a form of ugliness so intolerable that we have to alter it every 6 months. A man's face is his autobiography. A woman's face is her work of fiction. After a good dinner one can forgive anybody, even one's own relations. Anybody can sympathize with the sufferings of a friend, but it requires a very fine nature to sympathize with a friend's success. Whenever people agree with me I always feel I must be wrong. We are each our own devil, and we make this world our hell. Life is far too important a thing ever to talk seriously about. When one is in love, one always begins by deceiving one's self, and one always ends by deceiving others. That is what the world calls a romance. Behind every exquisite thing that existed, there was something tragic. Children begin by loving their parents. As they grow older they judge them, sometimes they forgive them. Morality is simply the attitude we adopt towards people we personally dislike. To lose one parent may be regarded as a misfortune. To lose both looks like carelessness. Only dull people are brilliant at breakfast. I like men who have a future and women who have a past.